Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Sometime.
Can you hear me?
Mic check. I can.
Perfect.
Yes, I can. Perfect.
So, are you ready for me to tell you what the subject of the show is? Or have you
I
figured it
don't
out?
know if I am.
Mm.
No, I haven't figured it out. I don't know how I should I have been able to figure it out. All I know is you got a subject. It's important. I've talked about it before on other shows, and when you tell me, I'm gonna understand why it's important. Maybe I'm missing the piece of information that should have clued me in.
Well,
Uh,
it's about support.
yeah, excellent support. All right, cool. We can do that. I guess let's just start the show then.
Okay. You are so funny.
Welcome back to another one woman, one. Is it one man, one woman, one man?
This
I don't
this
know.
is ridiculous that you don't know the name. It's one man, one woman. I think it's because alphabetical order. Man comes before woman, and man literally came before woman.
Not all the
So
time.
one man.
I'm saying if it goes like that, that's usually a short session. But back to what we was talking about.
Well,
That's not what we were talking about.
wow.
Focus, focus, TM, focus. Come back.
I. hmm hmm
Focus.
Okay,
You with me?
so the subject is support, and
Support.
um, I want to start off by asking you a question specifically. So, how long, or a few questions? How long have you been podcasting?
I started the What Is TWS podcast in 2016, late 2016. So where we going? That's 7 years. 7, 8 years.
8 years. Okay. And in the 8 years that you have been podcasting and creating shows and participating on shows, how would you describe the amount of support that you get across your social media platforms from subscribers, followers, and things like that?
It's a hard life. It's a minimal. You know, you run into pockets of people, and some of that is my fault. Like I think one of the things you learn in this early on is consistency means a lot. People need to know when to expect content from you, and it needs to be there when they go looking for it. If you drop on Mondays and they go looking for you on a Monday and you're not there, they might not check back on Tuesday. Or they might not check back ever again. So a lot of it has been my fault. But other than that, yeah, it's minimal.
Minimal. Now,
Minimal.
I would say the same thing. Inside of YouTube, I don't really have that issue because my numbers are still climbing clearly with subscribers. But I also am talking to a niche audience. We're talking fragrance. When it comes to podcasting, if I'm guest starring on any shows, when it comes to Opulence Radio, is where I really see the issue. And for me specifically, I have over 200, but I think less than 300 friends on Facebook. And these people are coworkers, like people who know me in real life, family members, coworkers, friends. I don't have strangers on my page. And if I share anything about my radio show or even anything about my YouTube channel, outside of the 3 or 4 people from the podcast community that share my stuff all the time, the people, and these are people who I just recently met, the people who are related to me by blood or who have worked with me for 5, 8, 10, 15 years, who sit on my Instagram, who sit on my Facebook page, never share anything, never like anything. It's a very rare occasion to get a like. It's impossible and impossible to get a share. And even if you were to go and listen to my radio show or look at my YouTube channel and see that they weren't from you, it would be nice to get a message just says, this wasn't, for me. Like, I'm a dude. I don't really do, feminine fragrances. I'm not dating right now, so I'm not shopping for a girl. Or I listened to your radio show and I didn't like it. I mean, you could be honest with me. I mean, it's BS because to listen to my radio show, it's amazing. So, you know what I'm saying? But the support isn't even there though.
Well produced, I'll tell you that.
You say what?
Well produced. It's
Well
well
produced.
produced.
Yes, it is.
Whoever's doing the editing on that thing is a beast.
That would be you. You're so funny. But I think it's sad. I think it's sad that you can be creative. I try to be wholesome. You know how I am. Like I'm not doing a bunch of cursing. I don't curse on my YouTube channel at all. And I don't really do like big bad words like the F word or the S word, or something like that on my channel because I'm trying to be yeah, I'm trying to be all inclusive. If you're 18 years old and you want to come learn about confidence or, trust and relationships, I want you to be able to come and listen and I not be vulgar, you know? So that's important to me.
Mhm.
But why are you on my pages if it's not to support me? And here's the crusher for me. I honestly feel like people who don't know anything about me would support me over my own friends and coworkers, former coworkers and family members because they do. The statistics, the analytics, the information shows me that.
Yeah, that's one of the first like tough lessons if you get into this arena because people are always asking questions about starting a podcast or interested in starting a podcast. It's and my advice would be don't. But one of the first hard lessons that you're gonna come across is that you're going to the majority of the support you get are going to be from perfect strangers, random people who don't know you, have no obligation to you. Friends and family is not really going to be where it comes from, and your main focus early on should be trying to get outside of that friends and family bubble because it's almost impossible, to take off from there. But I think I don't know if it was Ti or somebody, but it's like when people come from where you come from, to see you succeed almost is a reminder to them of what they haven't done. So not so much that people are rooting against you, but that they kind of don't want to. I don't even want to say it's a conscious decision, but I think people are kind of like, nah, if he takes off, like he's doing something I could have easily done, but I didn't do it. So I feel some kind of way. I don't know. Um,
So what I'll say is this. Um I feel like it is sad. It is extremely sad that people who come from where you come from, who know you in real life, refuse to support you, whether it's crab in a barrel, whether it's jealousy, whether it's laziness, whatever it is, it's sad. And I'm going to tell you why it's sad. Because the moment something takes off for me, like even with my YouTube channel, once I made it to 5K, I had a few people on my friends list. Hey, can you send me something for free? Are you getting stuff for free yet? You got discount codes? Wow. Were you watching before? Were you paying attention before? Have you ever hit like? Have you subscribed? I would have people talking about fragrance and I would come into their comments and say, hey, da 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 da. And I go, you have a channel? You literally are on my Facebook friends page. So you're not paying attention at all. Again, why are we friends? If I've been doing something for 3 years and I post about it constantly and consistently and you don't even know, like what purpose do you serve? And then instead of saying, oh, well, yeah, let me go subscribe or, oh, yeah, let me go watch, it's what can you give me? Can you send me? Can you get me the hookup on something? So you don't even want to support me originally. And even after you find out what I have and that I could be a benefit, you still just want to get the benefit and not support me. But the moment that I post and say, hey, my radio show just got picked up to be on iHeartRadio, or I just got hired to replace, Jess Hilarious on The Breakfast Club, or anything crazy like that, now you want to like everything. Now you want to share everything. You want to come in my comments and tell me how you always knew I'd make it. You want to be supportive. You're full of crap. You're full of crap. People only want to support you, maybe sort of, kinda, if they think they can benefit from it. And I do not understand why you would do that to someone that you grew up with, you're related to, you used to work with, and you are still attached to them across social media. Why not be supportive? And to anyone that's listening, if you're one of these people, you've seen me post, you've seen me share, you've seen me participating in things and you've never once supported me. I want you to ask yourself, one, why are you on any of my social medias? If you are. And two, What is it about what I'm a part of or what I'm doing that prevents you from wanting to like the freaking post, listen to my show, watch my YouTube channel, or even share what I'm doing? Even if it's not your cup of tea, like I said, I'm not doing anything vulgar. So if it's not your cup of tea for whatever reason, to share it and spread the word, to spread the message for those who would like to find it, who it would benefit. Why would you not and still sit around on social media to watch what I'm doing? And that's not a rhetorical question. And if you are on my social media and you're hearing this, I'd love for you to drop a message wherever you want to, because I find it incredibly disheartening, and really, really bad, especially throughout the Black community. Because again, I know who's following me, who's listening to me, who's sharing. I know that I'm bigger across YouTube in the UK than I am in the United States, and I'm from here. It's just, it's amazing to me, and I would love for you to tell me why you don't support me and my endeavors with nothing but honesty. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't try to, not hurt my feelings. I know my little sister Leslie actually told me she didn't listen to my radio show because I sound too sexy. She's a weirdo though, so that doesn't bother me.
That's feedback. Like I appreciate that. Like the fact that I get very little feedback, if any. Like you could tell me what's wrong with it. You could tell me why you don't like the show. And then it's up to me to make the decision if I'm going to change it to, try to attract a listener like you or not. But yeah, I think it's just a symptom of we live in a very individualistic society right now. Everything is about me and what I can do and what I can get, and and we live in a very competitive society where everybody, and social media has created that, where we're like competing with each other's lives, subconsciously. If you post something that you did, I got to post something that I did. If you went to the Poconos, I got to go to Maui or something, so I can compete with you, and I can show my pictures of what I did bigger and better than whatever it is that you did. I think people are really in competitive mode, and they'll support a person that's a distance away from them. Like I've seen family members of mine who I thought maybe they don't support because they don't know what a podcast is, and then I see them share, the Joe Budden podcast or tonight's conversation or something like that. So clearly, you listen to podcasts. You know your cousin has a podcast, and you couldn't spare me the few minutes to listen and maybe tell me what I could do differently or why you like my show, why you don't like my show. But I guess I'm out of the business of complaining about it because
I don't even
it
think
is
this is
what
a
it is. It's
complaint though.
unfortunate.
It's amazing. This is a conversation that needs to be had, and it's a question that needs to be asked and answered. Because I would like for people to look at themselves in the mirror and say, why do I do this? Why would I go out and support Beyonce, Rihanna, The Rock, Joe Rogan, Joe Budden, anybody else that I've never met, who would never do anything for me, who's never done anything for me, over someone, again, that I'm blood related to, that I know in real life, that I've shared laughs and moments and memories with? Like, what is wrong with your psyche? What is mentally, or emotionally causing you to hate on a person that you know so much? And it can't be anything but pure hate. And I don't mean hate like in, angry hate, but just like in blocking. Like, I don't want to see you blessed and doing better than me. Then why are you on my
Man,
page?
look at how we treat our black celebrities. Like almost, if you reach a certain level of success in the black community, at some point you're going to be accused of being Illuminati or you gay, you letting people play with your butt. You do it like we would rather think, like I'm saying, we would rather think that a person is evil or doing some satanic ritual than to say they are talented, creative, good with business, good with money, and they've built this. We try to find a reason to discount, what people do, because to say that they did it is like to say I'm not doing it. But if we can put all these disclaimers on their success and that they must be doing this, or they, what I'm saying, they in bed with the white man, or they whatever it is we're doing, then we could say, well, I could be doing that too if I was willing to sell my soul, but I'm not. Like I think that gives people that ability to be like, I could have that success if I wanted to, but I'm still better than them because I'm morally more upstanding, which is why I'm not successful. Like we do this all the time. We aren't really rooting for one another
That's so
in a lot
sad.
of cases.
But do you think other ethnicities, I don't want to say races because we're all the human race. Do you think Asians do this to each other? Do you think the Jewish religious community does this to each other? Do you think that, white people do this to each other? Or do they celebrate the successes and try to build up? Because see, I know other ethnicities who will big up their people to try to help get them there because they know they're going to come asking for something after. I was there for the whole time. I was right by your side. I helped you get here. When you make that first meal, let me get 100,000. And even if that is their whole goal and plan, they are still promoting and helping you, even if the end goal is for them to gain something. Whereas we as a Black community, for the most part, again, we tear each other apart. It's about jealousy. We want to compete. We want to just blatantly ignore. We just don't support each other, even when the hard work is being done. But again, if somehow without their help, we make a breakthrough, they are absolutely going to be the number one people in the comments, liking and sharing. That's my girl. We know we always been cool. We've been friends on Facebook for 11 years, but all 11 of those years you ignored me. Now we cool? Come on.
Now it's a weird thing because as much as we believe in and tout like Black excellence, you know, in a lot of ways we identify with the opposite. Like it's almost to we identify with hardship and setback and being behind the eight ball. When somebody gets out from underneath that, we almost disassociate with them to a certain extent. Like that's not Black all of a sudden. You either make it all the way to the mountaintop and then maybe people will still rock with you because they're like, yeah, that's a Black man doing well, or, yay, Barack, or whatever, they got to do to feel like they got a piece of your success. But if you just upper middle class, or you left the hood behind, or you not one of us anymore. But if you can identify with hardship, or if you can't identify with violence and crime and a lot of these other things, then all of a sudden you've lost a bit of your Blackness. Like we do this, and I don't necessarily know what the root cause is of it, but it's something I struggle with all the time. And not on I'm more successful than anybody, but just because if I don't have that shared experience, or if I don't have this I don't know, affinity toward, or if I don't identify with certain things, people treat me as if I'm not Black. But like we like to celebrate Black excellence, but if we reach a level, if we're doing these things and growing and becoming successful, we will be less associated with some of this stuff. But when are we going to still embrace those people as a part of the community? Or are they going to be bougie? Are they going to be, stuck up? Are they going to, is that the way we're going to treat them too? Are we going to call them Oreos? Like it's a very weird thing that's happened to us, and the way we've been programmed to look at like what makes the way we value our own Blackness. It's weird. It's a challenge. I don't necessarily understand where it all came from or how you get out of it, but I think the first thing you have to do is recognize something ain't right with it.
I mean, I think the crab in the barrel mentality. I think you can take this all the way back when we talking specifically about the Black community. You can take this all the way back to slavery. Like I said, I've told you 1,000 times when we talk about other other topics. We were taught to hate ourselves and to hate one another. So we're going to question each other more. If you have someone come in and it's a Black owned business that moves into the neighborhood, but there's a bunch of Asian places that are already up, they can have the same kind of business, same kind of beauty supply. People are going to continue to go to the Asian one, or they're going to go into the Black one, see the prices, say, oh, it's so high, I could go over here and get this, or want a discount based off the color of their skin, things that they never ever do to any other ethnicity, they do to themselves, and then want to dog the people who look like them because their prices are higher. Well, they don't have connections back home to where most of the stuff is made. The loan that they took out has a much higher interest rate. They're not given anything, where a lot of foreigners come over here and are given a lot to start business in our community. So we don't support each other. We don't want to believe in each other, until, like, I agree with you said, once they see them on TV, oh, now it's on and popping. That's they girl. This is a superstar. It's really disgusting. At this point, I don't even know how to address something like that within our community, but that's a whole nother subject matter. What I would find, going back to the original subject, is I think jealousy and a lack of wanting to support one another is the problem with the Black people. That, and I'm speaking specifically to Facebook, because again, these are the people who know me in real life, and so this is the group of people that make me the saddest when I'm out here trying to bridge a gap and carve my spot somewhere to show Black girls can get out here and be good representation for young girls to see. Black women can come out here and hold their own in any space. And the support isn't there from people who actually know me in my real life. But again, I will watch them promote the heck out of people who have never done anything for them or their community. They've never held a conversation with, and they're not friends with on any social media platform. For the non-Black people that are on my friends group list, I get more likes from them, more comments from them in spaces regarding certain things, but I never get shares from them either. And I'm wondering, is that because they have to hold back on people knowing that they have a Black friend? For some of them, I think that is the case. I'm serious. I'm putting it all on the table because it's half of my podcast. I don't care. And the other part is, I think they see the things that I post and don't even take the time to go and listen or go and look, because they definitely don't want a Black girl to be out here doing better than them. They definitely don't want to support this Black girl that they've known, that they've probably looked down at from their white privilege. I do have some on my page. I do. I've had to go into my comments, or into private messages with them and go, don't ever respond on my post like that. I understand you're in your 70s and this may be the way that you grew up, but don't play with me. Sometimes you end up finding yourself cool with people who are your coworkers, but the more you get to know about them, the more you realize you guys really would never be friends. But I would still expect the same amount of support that I give. Like, I have more white friends who who follow or support when my kids do stuff than I do Black. But those same people, knew Livy and Rue when I was pregnant with them. And so they support, but they don't support the endeavors I make as an adult. And I just don't understand what hurts you when it comes to sharing something, especially because I know I don't do bad things.
Yeah. If I could take a step back, and then, like, maybe I think a lot of it may not be malicious. I think sadly enough, as long as we've been in this social media game, there are still a lot of people who don't understand how this system works. They don't understand what the algorithm is and how that works. They don't understand. I think we as creators understand the value of a like and a share. I think a lot of people don't understand how much good you do for a person just by clicking that simple button. When they like and share some of this other stuff, I don't think they're thinking I'm helping their business or I'm promoting their brand. They're just, this was cool. I like Kanye. Let me show everybody how much I like Kanye. And so they share it. I don't think they understand. And I think it's clear people don't understand how the algorithm works, because I have talked about this ad nauseum. When somebody posts some nonsense that you don't like, and you spend your whole day in the comment section arguing about how stupid it is, what you have taught the algorithm is that this is the kind of post you want to see, because this is the kind of post that gets your engagement. But we will engage in the stuff we don't like far more than the stuff that we do like. I think I was trying to say, when I was doing my rapper thing, and I'd be making songs and coming on social media posting my songs, big crickets. I don't know if people listened to it, if they didn't listen to it, they had nothing to say, no likes, no shares, no comments, no nothing. And I remember one day, just as an experiment, um, I think some guys had posted some video, crude video that they recorded in their living room on a camcorder, but the song was called "Big Booty Bitches." And I say, let me post "Big Booty Bitches," see what happens. When I tell you that post went off, it went off. Like, I've never gotten a like or share on anything I ever put out there. "Big Booty Bitches" went crazy. Everybody commented
That
to
is
them.
so
Everybody,
sad.
you know. But that's us. That's what we do. But I think part of that is not understanding how the algorithm works. If you have a friend that's doing anything, I don't care if they making candles, if they selling soap, if they got a podcast, YouTube channel, whatever, a like and a share goes a tremendous way. And I don't know if you, it's free. It's free. I'm trying so hard not to curse. This is hard, Tim. I'm working at it. But
You can curse on this
it's
podcast.
absolutely
That's
free.
fine, especially if it's for emphasis.
But I used to say, like, my podcasting to me was one of the few business models where I can make money and don't have to take a dollar from you. I just need your time. If you like, share, if you listen and those numbers go up, that's how I can make money. And you didn't have to spend a dollar. But if people don't understand that,
I have to push back on that because they do. The people I'm talking about specifically do. Like, the people in my YouTube community are amazing. They support me. They bought Rue's book. They, come in. A few of them have come in and listened to my radio show. These people don't know me. They know me as Opinionated Sense, who talks about fragrance with them. And still they're like, let me help. It's amazing to me how people who don't know me will at least try something out that I'm doing. But even in sticking with the YouTube thing, there are a lot of people who watch me faithfully every single time I upload. My analytics are showing it and will never subscribe. It's intentional. I say it at the beginning or the end of every video. Every YouTuber does. We explain how it helps the channel to grow. They know what the algorithm is. And even if they don't know how the algorithm works, we're telling them likes and shares and commenting helps. These people, specifically to the people on my Facebook page, as I said, the people who know me in real life, are intentionally not supporting. And if you're someone who's on my Facebook page and you've never seen any of my posts, then I'm just not sure why we're friends on Facebook. It doesn't make any sense if you're my friend on Facebook, but you're not interacting with my life at all. Not even if you don't, share the things I'm doing with the radio show and with YouTube. If I post a picture about my kid graduating, if I'm posting saying, hey, I'm lost at sea with Wilson, this is the last post I'm putting up. Why are you on my page if you're not interacting with me? And I've deleted and deleted over the years people who sit on my page, but we never speak because I don't understand that. Why are you here if there's no benefit to it? At least say hi to me once in a 365-day period.
it's a very individualistic society. I think a lot of people are on Facebook to post and have people comment on their post. They may get on there, say what they have to say, and walk off. Like, they're not there to find out about you or learn out about anything. They want support. And I had this epiphany or whatever, just a couple years ago when I was going through my sobriety and recovery thing, that if I wanted, when I was down and I felt like I had nobody around, maybe that's because I'm never around for anybody else. And I just had to come to that realization like 5 years ago. And so now I participate in other people's lives selfishly because if I want people to be a part of mine, I need to be a part of theirs. But there are people who have not figured that shit out. They're like, I need to, when I'm down and I say nobody comes and checks on me, when the last time you check on somebody? When the last time you called one of your friends to see how they was doing? But now you worried, now you upset because nobody called you on the day that you don't feel good. But are you participating in anybody else's life? I think a lot of us are just so individualistic, like we're so wrapped up in our world, and that everybody else is just a side character in our story. Like,
Yeah.
we don't even realize that their lives continue when they're not in our sight.
If
Like, we
you
think they
aren't
only exist when we can see them.
if you aren't participating for people, in their lives, then you have no claim in this. Like, I purposefully, when people show up, or if I'm like, you know what, so and so is on my Facebook page, let me go see what they're up to, and I'll like this. Or every time somebody invites me to a group, Even if I don't do anything with Plumbers of America or, Rap Battles USA or whatever they're doing, I'm going to like it. I'm going to join it. I'm in so many groups that don't really pertain to me, but I check it out. Y'all getting together as Black people who travel and y'all are doing this, or you got your little sewing shop, or you got your this, that, and the third, or you post a business that you started. I will reshare you if it's something that I believe in. And again, if you've listened to my radio show or you watch my YouTube channel and if it's not for you, that's fine. I'm not saying it's for everyone, but at least try it, because I'm willing to bet there's something that I do across the radio show, across this podcast, across my YouTube channel that's for everyone. One of those things, at least one of those episodes in a year, is going to be for somebody. And again, I say, even if it's not for you, if you know I'm talking about fragrance and you have a bunch of female friends, why can't you share that to your page? When it's just, it's interesting to me the way that people, I just, I don't do anything for people with the hope that they're going to return the favor, or so I can go throw it up in their face and say, you owe me. I do it because I genuinely like something or believe in something or want to support a person. I know I've gotten, like, going back to YouTube, I've had people come to me and say, I think it's really dope that you support newcomers. Like, I will go and find a girl with 100 subscribers, like her style, give her a couple of pointers privately where nobody can see, and share her on my community tab. There are people now who have 30, 40,000 subscribers that I hipped a lot of people to. I found them when they were 1,000 subscribers, and they post more consistently than me. They're really into niche, the glitz, the glam, the makeup, and all of that good stuff, which is how you really blow up on Facebook, doing it all. And most of them go, if you never would have put me on your community tab, I don't know how long it would have taken me to get here. Thank you for introducing me to the Terror Squad. And it's beautiful. And they didn't know me from a can of paint, but I liked what I saw in them. I wanted to share them. So I did. They never sent me anything. They never, I didn't get any money, anything. For the majority of them, I got to thank you. Some, not so much. Some still come and watch my channel and then bite everything I say and refuse to give me credit. But that's how you live and learn and find out who's a piece of crap and who isn't. However, I do things because I believe in it. And I do things because I want to support the people that I care about. If you're on my page as a friend, as a subscriber, as a follower, and or even, again, I'm speaking specifically to Facebook because these are the people who really know me and they are the ones that irk me the most with this. I am going to try to support you in being a better person. If you ratchet and you ghetto and you sharing all kinds of stuff that's just not good or moral, I'm not going to share it. So I'm not even talking to you. But for those people who come by, see me posting and just go, oh, who cares? Remove yourself from my friends list, please. At this point, I'm just so irritated and over it. I don't know what to do. I don't care about us being an individualistic society. I care and using that as an excuse. I care about us saying, you know what, today I'm going to care about somebody other than myself. Today I'm going to share a post or like a post because it won't kill me and it won't cost me a penny to do so.
Yeah, I mean that's just it. But I don't bring it up as an excuse, but that's just where we are. That's what I've come to accept from people because that's what it is. And I do what I do, and I support who I support because that's who I am. I think what you're doing and what I do and what some of the people in our podcast group do is just what you got to do. You got to do the right thing. You got to do what you feel is right because it's
the right thing to
it's
do.
what's right. And a lot of people just won't, and that's
those
cool.
are the people who I just don't want in my space. I'm honest.
Yeah.
I work hard. I enjoy what I do. I'm a very supportive, very loving, very caring and considerate person. And if you don't have that same kind of energy for me, I just want you to go on about your life. Because I don't know. I guess I don't know. It bothers me when I know I've been of help in any way I can be to anyone who's ever touched my life or been in my life, and I've known about them going through something. I think you get to a point to where, while I don't do things for people because I want them to do it back, I'd be damned if I'm going to sit around and constantly have done something or been an encouragement or prayed for them and will continue to pray for them. I'm not that type of person, and just sit back and watch them never do even the free stuff. I didn't ask you to pray for me. I didn't ask you for your time. I'm sharing something and I'm simply asking you to share it back. or I'm asking you to go and listen to it or go and watch it or go and like it, participate somehow. And I can't even get that. I just don't want you in my life at this point. I work too
I see.
hard to have people that are that mean spirited. Because you say you don't think it's malicious. I think it is. I think it's very intentional for you to see someone that you know creating something and you not even check in on it or them and support with a free like, with a free share, with a free watch, meaning watching what they're doing, watching the video, not a free like Rolex. But just to sit back and say, yeah, I got a friend who I know is doing something and refuse to participate or help. I don't want that type of spirit in my life.
Yeah. No, it's just, I guess I'm just ambivalent. I'm ambivalent to it at this point. Like, I just, whatever, do you. Um,
I guess it's your
yeah, I'm at
eight
the point
years
now.
versus
If
a
I know
couple of
you,
months. That's probably why you're there and I'm not, because I'm pissed.
if you know me, if I know you and you're doing anything of substance, I'm a support. I'm so bad that like Twitter is always getting on me. It's like, dog, you're not even going to read the article yet first. Like, you're not going to look at it first before you share it. I'm like, nah, I never planned on. Let me say this. If you a podcasting friend of mine, um, I would support the hell out of your show. I probably have never listened to it. Let's just be honest. I probably have never heard your show. It's not enough time in the day. I can't do it. It doesn't matter to me. You a person that I know. You doing something, and like you said, the share, the like is free. It takes me less than 2 seconds. I got you. I do that all day. I never heard your show though. I apologize. My fault. I don't apologize. Sorry, not sorry. I'm not listening to it. I don't have the time, but I got you. Whatever you need.
And that's true. I love that you said that. And we might have to look at that for the title of this. I love the like and the share are free. Supporting people that you know, supporting people that you're related to, it's free. Nobody's asking you to pay for anything or do anything that's going to take you out of your element. I would appreciate it if you would at least look at a video or at least listen to a show, because you probably are going to like something. But again, like you said, it's not enough hours in a day. We know a lot of podcasters. There's zero way I could listen to every episode of every show that everyone creates. We know some people with like 8 different podcasts. Like, what at what point am I supposed to live, work, breathe, sleep, talk to my kids, and do all of that? But I will still share. And I will say this: I am guilty of this because of my brand being a little wholesome. I'll say that. I don't tend to. No, I do not do all the fight videos and the naked women everywhere. There are some people in our podcast community, I can't share your stuff because I don't agree with it. It's immoral, or it's just outright ratchet and ghetto, and there's no way I'm presenting myself or putting my brand out there attached to that. Because again, you're guilty by association. So some of the stuff is too raunchy. Some of the stuff is too, even though I have a raunchy side, I do, it's not the brand that I put out here though. When I'm talking about perfume on YouTube, they don't get to see the full scope of who Tara Michelle is, and when I'm talking on Truthfully Opinionated, that's a different vibe from what I am on Opinionated Sense. So I don't know. I think though that for those people who I cannot support because it would probably be terrible for my brand in a way that I cannot post their videos, I will come onto their show and let people know that I'm on their show to bring them viewers. I will like their videos, and the ones that are, the episode isn't too bad, I do share those. Or I'll go in and tag the names of my friends who I know would like that type of stuff. I'm going to figure out how to support you in a certain way. But again, this is why I don't do all the extra cursing and the really crazy stuff, because I don't want to have to be demonetized or pull in the wrong type of people. There's a group of people I don't want you listening to me because I ain't got nothing for you. If your idol is Sexy Red, baby, we have nothing in common. I can guarantee you. So for me,
And I,
it's about finding that balance. I want to be supportive how I can.
yeah. And for me, yeah, the likes and the shit. Like I said, I think I've gotten out of that business a long time ago because it's just not going to happen. And I've come to terms with that, and I've accepted it. I get the support that I get from people who don't know me, who just organically come across my content. I think what means more to me these days is you know, when someone just reaches out and wants to talk to me about the show, or points out something that they heard, or gives me any feedback, be it positive or negative. Like, feedback is so rare. I think one of the first conversations you and I had was you giving me some feedback on the episode. And I think I responded, but I was like, feedback is hard to come by. I appreciate you for listening. Like, that means something to me. When somebody not only listens, but cares enough about me to give me their opinion on it, be it good or bad. This is what you could do different. I think you cuss too much. I want to support you on. I want to talk about you on my show, but I can't because you over there just dropping the N word every 30 seconds. Like, yeah, it don't mean I'm not going to do it, but you cared enough to let me know that's what it was. And so, like, that kind of stuff means. I think if you got a friend out there that's being a creative it's hard, man. It's tough. Like, especially if you're being authentic and sincere, like, you undressing yourself in public all the time when you do this stuff, and just to do it and just get the crickets, like, that stuff, like, it can weigh on you. So if you got a friend that's out there doing something, just, I don't know, just let them feel seen. You may not be supporting them, becoming financially successful or being able to quit their job and be a full-time podcaster, but you might keep them going for a week. Like, you might give them a reason to keep doing what it is they're doing, and they're doing it for a reason. I think that's the support these days that means the most to me. There's a part of me that's given up on the dream of like, becoming a big time pod. I don't know if that ever was the dream.
Right. It never was for me. Like, I'm just getting you. I don't even want to do a podcast on my own. The radio show is fine. The YouTube channel is fine. You and I doing this, I love the concept of a man and a woman discussing things from their points of view and having mature conversations, in even while disagreeing on some things, because I'm sure that's going to happen in the future. But I love how eloquent you are with this and how nice you are. Again, I'm a newbie to it, and just the lack of support is bothersome to me. Hopefully I get to that point to where I don't care. And it doesn't even, like I said, the strangers doing it is great, and it's a blessing, and I'm so grateful. I really and truly am. But it hurts when it's people that you grew up with these people, you're related to these people, you've worked with these people have known you, they know your kids. And when you're out here working and doing your best, you're being a creative with a radio show, a YouTube channel, and a podcast. They have 3 different ways to support. They do not have to support in all those ways. And the thing that they do in life is never support you when it doesn't cost them anything. To me right now, as a newbie in podcasting, feels malicious, feels hurtful, feels intentional. And I don't treat people like that, so I don't know why they would do it to me. I feel like I want to support my friends and what they do, whether I just I watch your whole video, even with the ads. I like it, I share it, or I watch it and give you feedback. Somehow I want you to know that I'm supporting you and I'm being there for you. I think that's important. If you are going through a family crisis and you say pray, and I seriously stop and pray for you in real life, I'm gonna just throw up some praying hands or something like that. Or if you confide in me your secrets, I keep them. Like, any way that you can support a person, just be supportive.
Yeah, people love on each other. My favorite thing to do these days, I love, like, when people do these, it's my birthday, can you donate to this charity or something like that? Like, I love doing those. I love donating to those. And I don't know, like I said, it's little things.
Yeah.
That stuff means something to me. And every once in a while somebody says something back, like, man, appreciate you always support. Like, some people, sometimes I get recognition for supporting people in what they do or contributing to causes. Sometimes I don't.
You're great at that. And I'll tell you, the most supportive people in my life on social media, and I'm not talking YouTube, because again, those are all strangers. The most supportive people are our podcast members. Our podcast mates share things. Brian and DC and Eric and
even Smash,
Raw
I
and
can't believe you made
Savage for sure, and Hectic comes in and gives his likes to my stuff. These are the people who are going through the same thing that we are. The people who know what it feels like to not be supported by those that we know and to grind and continue to grind the way that we do are the ones who understand that we're being supportive. Those who come back and support us, and we're in it together. And I am really grateful for that group. Everybody that I work with, if I like you, and for those who I don't like, you know who you are. I am grateful for the experiences, the knowledge, the support, and the love, and the fact that when nobody else is there, we are for each other. I love that. And so shout out to y'all.
And I think that's why I'm giving this out to people who aren't doing it. Because when you see people who are going through it, like, we understand what a share could do. We understand 100%, and so we do it. And so maybe the people who don't understand what they're not like, how easy it would be for them to support us, and how much that share, you know, could mean for a person. You could help expose me to a whole nother group of, we got some mutual friends, but you got some friends I don't got. So when you hit share, now some people who normally wouldn't have seen my stuff get to see it. But I don't know that they understand
I
that.
know they do. I love that you're going to give them that out. I'm not this late in the game, not when almost everybody I'm talking about specifically is better at social media than I am. I just don't believe that. They're intentionally choosing not to support, or they're so inactive that they haven't come across your stuff yet. That is definitely a thing. But then again, I'm like, never mind. I've said it 1,000 times already. It's fine.
They
It's
want
fine.
they want the numbers. They want some people go on their Facebook page and just look at that number. How many friends do I have? Because don't nobody got 1,000 friends. Why people got 1,000 Facebook friends? Don't nobody know 1,000
We
people.
use the word
Man, none
friend
of y'all.
very loosely nowadays. So I
Yeah,
guess
I
if
got
you've
I got 300. That don't make sense.
right.
300 something. I know I don't know 300
Yeah.
people.
No, I don't know that many people either. That's why I don't have that many friends on Facebook. But this was a good conversation. I love this conversation. I got to get a little bit off my chest. I think I might have offended some people, but hit dog gonna holler. If what I said wasn't you, if you've literally never seen any of my posts before because our traffic and the algorithm doesn't bring me to you, then I can't be talking about you. I'm only talking about people who have seen it. They see it constantly and consistently and don't make a move at all to share it, to like it, to participate in it, to watch it, to give feedback to anything. So, don't make what I say about you if you don't fit it. If you do fit it, take everything I said fully to your chest and show me what you're gonna do.
Yeah, no, I'm not sugarcoating it. I'm talking directly to some specific people. My cousin Marcus, talking to you, Marcus. You know who you are. I see you post other people podcasts all the time. We grew up together, homie.
That
We
is
grew up together.
hilarious. Oh my
Marcus.
gosh. I love our conversations. It's always fun.
Yeah, Marcus. I'm having fun
I was
conversations
not
here. You
talking
should
about
share.
Marcus at all. I don't know who Marcus is. You are losing it. So, how do we wrap this
Yeah,
up? Do we just say, like, bye?
yeah, peace, whatever. Like it or share it. You can love me or hate me,
Either
either
or.
or. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. I like this episode. See you guys next week.